We always hear that love conquers all, but what if it conquers death itself? What if an attachment is so powerful, so possessive, it just refuses to accept the end? Today, we're diving into a story that takes that terrifying what if and makes it all too real. And this right here, this quote, is the key to the whole thing. See, we're not talking about just some random ghost. We're dealing with a soul that is literally anchored to our world by an emotion so powerful it just defies all the natural rules. This isn't just a haunting, it's a bond that refuses to let go. So this powerful force actually has a name, Mo. And you have to understand, this is way more than just love. It's a deep, all-consuming, worldly attachment. In this story, Mo is the fuel for all the horror. It's the very thing that takes affection and twists it into a relentless, terrifying power. All right, so to really understand the haunting, we've got to go back to the beginning, back to the tragedy that started it all. It's a story built on love, a huge sacrifice, and a death that, well, turned out to be anything but the end. At the center of this story, you've got three people. There's Aditya, the husband, then there's Sanjana, his wife and the absolute love of his life, and finally, we have Shruti, Sanjana's younger sister. Now here's the kicker. Shruti was originally the one Aditya was supposed to marry. Yeah, talk about a tragic love triangle right from the start. So here's how this heartbreaking situation unfolded. Aditya and Sanjana fall completely in love, only to get the shocking news that their families had already arranged for Aditya to marry her sister, Shruti. In an incredible act of selflessness, Shruti steps aside so her sister can be happy. Aditya and Sanjana get married, and for 3 years, everything is perfect. Until one night, Sanjana dies from a sudden, massive heart attack. And this is where we get the first sign that something is terribly wrong. At her cremation, the fire is lit, but Sanjana's body just resists the flames. It doesn't burn. You can imagine the whispers going through the crowd. Her spirit is trapped by Mo. She doesn't want to leave. So the funeral might be over, but for Aditya, the real story is just getting started. Now we get to see how that powerful attachment, that Mo, starts to pull Sanjana's spirit right back from the other side. It starts small. Late one night, Aditya sees her in the kitchen. It's Sanjana, in her red sari. She turns, she smiles at him, and then she just vanishes. Now his first thought, and probably yours too, is that it's just grief playing tricks on him. It has to be his imagination, right? But nope, it wasn't just his mind. The experiences start getting more frequent and a lot more physical. He'd catch a glimpse of her on the street corner. He'd come home to find hot tea waiting for him, made just the way she liked it. He starts hearing her anklets jingling through the empty house. It all leads to this terrifying moment where he wakes up completely paralyzed, feeling an ice-cold presence sitting right on his chest. So, worried about Aditya's grief and loneliness, Shruti starts coming over to take care of him and the house. A certain comfort starts to grow between them, maybe the beginning of a new relationship. But they have no idea that they're not alone. An unseen presence is watching them get closer, and it is definitely not pleased.
And this is where the haunting takes an absolutely terrifying turn. This is no longer about a ghost in the house. It's becoming a ghost inside Shruti. Just look at the difference here. She starts picking up Sanjana's little habits, humming her songs, even wearing her favorite sari. The scariest part, she starts knowing little secrets that only Sanjana could have known. Shruti is slowly being erased and replaced.
Okay, so let's call it what it is. This is a full-blown possession. Aditya finally realizes he's losing Shruti to his dead wife, and he knows, in total desperation, he has to confront this spirit head-on. The spirit, now speaking through Shruti's body, drops all pretense. It is Sanjana, and she is furious that someone is trying to take her place. Her demands get darker and more impossible, until she makes the most terrifying one of all. She wants a human sacrifice to permanently secure her place back in the living world. With literally nowhere else to go, Aditya seeks out Baba Sudarshanath, a spiritual expert who lives in a remote ashram. This guy is known for dealing with the most dangerous kinds of spirits, but his methods are, well, they're intense and they carry their own huge risks. He's Aditya's last hope. The Baba understands the danger immediately. This isn't just any spirit. As he explains, it's one trapped by Mo, which makes it incredibly dangerous. An emotion that was once love has curdled into a possessive madness. The line has been completely erased, and now the stakes are life and death. The exorcism is just this harrowing battle, The Baba draws a protective circle, starts chanting, and the whole house just goes wild. Windows rattling, the air turning ice cold. Sanjana's spirit fights back through Shruti, trying everything to keep her grip. So the Baba uses these powerful tools, ash and soil from Sanjana's own cremation, to attack the spirit directly at its source. In the middle of all this chaos, the spirit screams this at Aditya: "I am your first and last love." It's not just about haunting him anymore, it's about reclaiming what she believes is hers. It's a declaration of ownership that is somehow both heartbreaking and absolutely terrifying. Finally, as the soil from her pyre hits the ritual fire, the connection is broken. A horrible shriek fills the room as a plume of black smoke erupts from Shruti's body and vanishes into the flames. She collapses, unconscious, but she's free. The battle is won. So the spirit is gone and Shruti is safe. But in a story like this, the end is almost never that simple. The aftermath is just as chilling as the haunting itself. Shruti wakes up the next day with absolutely no memory of the last few weeks. For her, it's just a big black hole. She's physically safe, but Aditya? Aditya is left to carry the weight and the trauma of everything that happened. He knows the truth of what was living inside her. But there's no real relief to be found here. As the Baba leaves, he gives them one last chilling warning. He says he didn't destroy the spirit, he only put it to sleep. That attachment, that moha, is still out there, dormant, just waiting for the right moment to return. And that's what we're left with, isn't it? This really unsettling question. The story suggests that an emotion as powerful as this kind of possessive love doesn't just go away. If it's strong enough to cross the boundary of death to hold on to someone, can any ritual, any force on earth really get rid of it for good? It's a thought that definitely sticks with you long after the story is over.